Good afternoon, dear colleagues. I'm very thrilled to be here to meet new friends. Actually, most of you I know from before. Before going to my presentation, I would like to thank in person Peter, where's Katya? Katya here, Katya, Ertuğrul, and Tuba. Did you hear me? Yeah, okay. So in general, I would like to appreciate DDRS team, IFLA, and Qatar National Library for organizing such great event. As we say also, shukran, it happened. Finally, we come together and exchange ideas, help to each other. Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you, Peter. So it works. So let me take to the tour to Azerbaijani Academic Libraries in the example of AD University located in Baku, Azerbaijan. Actually, what was going on? Firstly, about the university, we're relatively young. Last year, we celebrated 15th anniversary. Our rector, Dr. Hafiz Pashayev, is one of the prominent personalities in the academic life of Azerbaijan. He always makes changes, and he was ambassador in United States about 15 years. And in 2006, when he returned back to home country, decided made some changes to bring something new to our country in the education. So firstly, launched Azerbaijan Diplomatic Academy. Then after 8 years, it became university. So now we're majoring, except medical, sport, and theological subjects, in 5 schools, as you see in a slide. We have about 3,000 students from 46 countries and 300 faculty and staff. The university total based on the Western standards, primarily in the United States, including the library. Actually, what we use in terms of the management system and other operations and services. So the COVID, what were the general circumstances and challenges? The budget, actually, in all over the world, it happens. In a normal days, when we're talking about the libraries, to obtain the budget was really hard, and the pandemic made it very colorful and helped make more harder. Limitations in disorder, personal life and professional life. I assume the female part, especially young families, struggled more because we men can go to the garderobe to somewhere to balcony with our laptops, but the ladies with children every day, I mean, responsibilities with work, typing in the laptop, children on the head, on the table. So it was some kind of exam for this period to take until our nowadays. Then it comes to the, behavioral and technical issues, especially baby boomers generation. I would do it from my father's example. Imagine 70 years old man. He just, most of his life was in the Soviet period. He's still using, I mean, phones like this, and yes, no numbers, messages just coming to phone. And he asked to make online reserves, do something like download applications and this kind of things. So it really was hard for this, segment to pass through the COVID period. Then it comes to the regional access to the internet. Most of the students were abroad, and during pandemic, the regional exchange of students were hard, and most of the students are from the village, and they couldn't access to internet. Join to the classes which the university based in Baku. Another one, information access problems. It included also the resources databases of the libraries. In dealing with the libraries, the first point is the same as the global, that the physical collections dramatically go down in terms of the circulation. Then document delivery services, in physical form, also decrease it. Just in some mitigated period, we can do exchange of physical resources. Off-campus access to collections, e-collections, was very hard because the university only, entity using the proxy services for the off-campus access to our e-books or journals databases. Following that, in many libraries, the reference librarians try hard because almost all staff members try to obtain articles or chapters from their resources and provide their community, because the users around could not access directly to the e-collections. Then, of course, legal issues. Some copyright restrictions could not allow us to exchange resources. This is timetable. In total, we have 172 days of strict pandemic day. Like, you cannot out after 9 o'clock. You're allowed 3 hours per day per person. Just go to market or do something. In additional cases, like medical cases, maximum 2 hours. So we are positive. We try to develop, and even after 100 years, we experience another pandemic. So hopefully we'll be okay and we'll go forward all together. Just a quick view, Azerbaijani Academic Libraries, which standards, which library management systems, and actually how we manage our library operations and services. This quick note is the most Western standards come to this region after second independence, last 30 years. Like FOLET, Library Management System, World Share OCLC, and many RDA, ACR2, and this kind of standards and protocols. AJ, one of the leading academic entities that library implement all these standards. The digital services, again, almost same as the global. We do virtual services, social media, Ask a Librarian, or just online live chats with our users. And the fee fines removed from the system during pandemic. The most positive, feature of the pandemic was that it was the huge increase in consumption of the databases, and the more better case that we still continue to keep these statistics. We counted as a counter 5 total items requests, just to have better idea how it used previously. This is document delivery services. The numbers could be small because with small university. Another thing that the people out of ADA could, rarely request because of the language issues. the fully English instructed universities are few in Azerbaijan, just maybe some programs. That's why, for example, we have a guest user. I will show you in the next slide. Some guest users requesting our resources in English. And of course, the faculty and the students. The main reason could be whether they can not find directly from the databases, or we haven't access some individual articles, and etc. Of course, the negative case that we take it more positive, that the students during that time try to keep the books on them, just doing hardware exams, and don't want to return books to the library. But it become better now. Yeah, it was extremely, it's like competition of renewals. This is most cooperated local universities, like Azerbaijani Academic University, UNEC, National Aviation Academy, Western Caspian University, and Sports Academy, Azerbaijan State Sport Academy. You may ask or just question me that previously you said that we don't deal with sport, with medical, etc. But there's some kind of my message to the publishers. My colleague, I assume, from Qatar National Library, told about the publishers issue. For example, when we get some databases, let's say ProQuest ebook Central, there are 200,000 ebooks from many subjects. But normally we use about 10-15% of that huge amount of book. And of course there are some books or some maybe chapters according to DRM about sport, about medical. So when they see, I mean, in our collection that resources, we try to help them in their request, because some of them don't have directly access to global resources. This is an example of what we sent, what we received, and I also would like to stress the received project. For example, the Dean of School of Law requested urgent book to us, to librarians, and we collected this resource from different sources, and of course one of them received. And I just emphasize my idea and thinking about receipt is some kind of creation equal rights for librarians and for community, that we can easily obtain the resources. This is the main subjects, what we support to our partners. You can see business, political science, and history. This is some kind of more stronger part in our university. School of Business very active in usage of databases. Also many universities, they lately launched MBA and the related programs, and it was very helpful, our collections and our partnership in terms of exchange of resources. Challenges in resource sharing. Again, the first one is embargo issue. It might be some scholarly articles, some theses, dissertations. When we put our institutional repository, some authors just said, I have 3 years embargo because I haven't copyright authority on me. So please, provide this full text after 3 years. And related, issues according, copyright. Rival among suppliers mean that, for example, we have different requests, and it's split on the many databases, which is very expensive. So sometimes it's hard to obtain all of them, as the budget cannot allow us this. This balance of within the local collections, we are mostly lending because we are English language entity, And most of universities are, as I said before, some few programs in English, and the most collections are in Azerbaijani and Russian languages. And again, copyright barriers that some books not allowed to scan or after don't allow us to share with other libraries. We also try to support open access initiatives as an AD University library. We try to open our, ADA university outputs, academic or just popular public outputs in an institutional repository, but none of them open. As I said before, the some articles, because of the copyright restrictions, are not open. Lately in 2021, we collaborated with Columbia International Online Affairs. We have Baku Dialects Journal in our university. So it indexed in that database, so it's open access. And 2022, we negotiated with JSTOR. We put Azerbaijan newspaper, which transliterated, because in the first republic period, independence period, in 18 until 20, we have Arabic script, and lately it translated with support of AD University to the Latin script. So each time it published it, it still continued to publish, and we put it to JSTOR, open community collection, just share this information. And future views, the hybrid. Before COVID, might be many universities could not thinking about the hybrid issue, digital transformations, but it's some kind of requirements for us, for Azerbaijan universities, to go forward with hybrid thinking. The young universities become, the libraries of young universities become more smaller, and the collections, digital collections, more broader. To put main, investment or attention on e-collections and the services based on them. Of course, we're talking about spaces, maker space, and this kind of thing. But in our case, might be to increase necessary demanded e-resources. Of course, rethinking about the acquisition is not just acquire to purchase collections or get some donations. Of course, go to the global, the project, collaborate with the project like Received or Interlibrary Loan, any of the global countries, of course, the suitable e-resource of campus access. We're still thinking and literate community about the e-resources, necessity of go out from local resources, publish abroad, just integrate international resources to our collections, and to share ideas of resource exchange with local partners and global partners. This is a bibliography which I used for my presentation, and thank you.